Switching over gears here to MJ. So there's been some volatility here today in the MJ market. As I said, I'm expecting rescheduling at some point in Q1, Q2 of 2024. I was on record multiple times saying it was more than likely not going to happen. I said the most likely scenario is it doesn't happen in 2023. And here we are, 2024, and it's nowhere near in sight of being enacted. So I think it's going to be a while. I think we could maybe get a positive update in the next 1 to 2 quarters, but I think it's more than likely going to be to the tail end of 2024 leading up into the elections where we actually get rescheduling, and then the Dems are going to use that as, look what we did, we finally rescheduled. It's arguably the biggest thing for the MJ industry, even bigger than Canada legalizing at the federal level, and they're going to use that to sway young voters. So again, we're starting to see it become more and more prevalent in political campaigns, and I think that's going to continue to be the case moving forward. So the DEA tells Congress it has final authority on MJ, regardless of health agency Schedule 3 recommendation. What did you think when you read this? Because I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Shouldn't Congress have final authority on everything? Why should we be relying on an agency that was basically put there by Congress? It doesn't make any sense. That's like saying Congress has to, that's like saying the SEC reaches, sends a letter to Congress and says, Congress has final authority on, laws with regards to the stock market. SEC regulates securities, which stocks are securities, but ultimately, if Congress drafts a law or legislation, then it supersedes the SEC. I don't know. I'm not a real big political guy, to be honest. I don't even know how people follow it. Just absolutely just sickens me. I can't even listen to it for more than 5 minutes other than absorbing the information that I need that's beneficial to me and my family and bettering my life and my family's life and my friends' lives and all of the people that listen to me on a daily basis. Essentially, this wasn't really much other than the headline there. They kind of just go off into reiterating some of the things that have already been said, and the redacted part of HHS's letter to the DEA, and says that basically now it's in the DEA's hands. So there's nothing really to see here. There wasn't an article here. So DEA, Todd Harrison posted DEA reviewing MJ's classification punch bowl. I didn't see a source, and then I seen a source in the comments. If anybody's seen anything, maybe you can let me know in the live chat here. But bipartisan House letter calls on DEA to deschedule MJ. So not really sure what they're talking about here. I think that is old. I'm not seeing a date here either. So again, it doesn't say that the DEA is going to approve the recommendation. It says they're reviewing. So I don't know. In my opinion, this is just a nothing burger. Wouldn't worry about it too much. But we did have a nice pop after that. PCLO, WIB, BZAM leading the bull list. And again, it still has to go through the DOJ, or whether or not Congress steps in, that's going to be another matter. But we still got time to load up at very low prices. I actually added SNDL today as well. Yesterday. And today I added High Tide to my TFSA long-term no-touch account. Huge IMCC High Tide leading the decline today. So yesterday could have bought High Tide, but closed the day. Where did we close? Definitely higher. Yeah, closed the day yesterday at 176. High of the day was 181, and I filled today around 170. Very, very bullish on this stock long term. I just posted some videos on that as well. One of my top picks for 2024, and an interview, Ontario upping the amount of stores from 75 to 150. This is big. People who tell you that Canada isn't worth it, well, guess what? High Tide's doing over $500 million in annual run rate, and now they're able to up their stores from 75 to 150 in Ontario. Like he mentions in that video, there's still a lot of building and work to do here in Canada. And then just imagine when they go to the US and abroad, giddy up. I'm holding this thing for many, many years in my TFSA, all tax-free, so won't be selling that anytime soon. Some people were asking me, how come I'm adding High Tide now? Don't you expect we'll see more downside on the S&P 500? And if we do see one of the worst market crashes in history, won't that make MJ bleed out? Well, yeah, I don't care. If it goes down to $1 or 50 cents, I'll buy more. But as of right now, at $1.70, if it goes back to all-time highs, you're looking at about a 600% increase from here. And I don't think it's going to stop at all-time highs. I think this is easily going to be a $50 to $100 stock in the next 5, 10 plus years. So I'm not here for taco gains. I'm not trading this name either. If it's in my TFSA, my long-term no touch, it's tax-free. So why would I ever sell it? It doesn't make any sense until I'm financially enticed to do so. So those are some of the movement in the Canadian space. On the US side of things, we've got BEV, IAN, and what's this one here? Oh yeah, the Cannabis company. followed by acreage, and then on the bull list we have MRMD, TAT, and bear list, MRMD, TAT, and IIPR. What do you think of the DEA talk today, Rod? Yeah, so again, it doesn't, nothing said that, they're approving it or anything like that. So a lot of POW group members were saying in the private community, were like, oh, do we buy now? Do we buy now? And a lot of people, on social media asking me, is it, too late to buy? Absolutely not, right? They're reviewing, and there's no clear source that I've seen. So again, it's still going to have to get approved. Once we get the approved headline, then that's massive. But then, it still has to go through the DOJ, and then it still has to go through other regulatory hoops and red tape. So it's going to be a while, right? So they're not going to make it easy. So to me, I just buy low and hold, right? Have it in a trade account, right? I have a SNDL on Moomoo in a trade right now. I was up almost 13% at one point, back down to about 7%. But again, that was more or less just testing out the platform. But I bought SNDL yesterday in my TFSA, which is a long-term no touch. I will not be selling that until I'm financially enticed to do so. Like it's going to be at least $25. Probably before I sell anything on, I'm thinking high tide today that I added. But SNDL, yeah, maybe I'll hold that thing to I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon. If you factor in post split, if we go back to February 2021 highs, that's a 23x from here. So, and I think SNDL is going to be here for a long time, right? So, in my opinion, the DEA news, just a nothing burger. We know they're already reviewing it because HHS told them to. So that's the next step. So I don't know. To me, it was just a fluff piece. And I think we still have some time to buy on the cheap. This video is sponsored by Moomoo. Founded by a NASDAQ-listed fintech, Moomoo is an online broker based out of Silicon Valley with over 20 million users. There's some exciting news coming for Moomoo platform as they gear up to launch RRSPs and TFSA accounts in January 2024. Moomoo also offers an array of benefits such as $0 maintenance fees, ultra-low FX conversion rates, and transaction fees on average about $1.99 per trade. People still tell me to this day that they spend anywhere from $10 to $15 per trade. Well, that can go away with Moomoo. Extended trading hours from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and you also get free access to level 2 market data, 40 plus drawing tools, and 100 plus educational resources, all for free directly on the app, which they have a mobile and desktop version as well. Last but not least, Moomoo is all set to launch another round of welcome rewards exclusively for RRSP and TFSA accounts. I will leave links for Moomoo in the description and in the comment section below.